Behind me is the brand new Panorama City Tower, which was recently completed after 26 years when the Northridge Earthquake stopped all of its construction. It has 194 brand new apartments, which speaks to the slow gentrification that's happening around here. Panorama City has the distinction of being the first residentially planned community in the entire San Fernando Valley. What started off as a sleepy agricultural community after World War II eventually saw a huge housing boom. Let's dive into the history of Panorama City. Currently, it is a mixture of single-family homes and low-rise apartment buildings, and a whole lot of fun. I love coming down here. It feels like a completely different world. There's just so much commercial activity packed into Panorama City. It is literally a panorama of the San Fernando Valley. Here's why. The houses are pretty small here and can feel very tight. Prices are reflective of the East Valley. They're definitely going to be lower than the rest of the city. There's still progress to be made on Panorama City's safety, but hey, it's still the Valley. It's expensive and crime isn't that bad. If you can get a house, then get a house out here. Having the highest density of people in the Valley, the businesses and houses have wrapped itself around Panoramic City to create a dynamic cultural center. Panorama City boasts 3 high schools, 2 recreational centers, a senior center, and 2 hospitals, which means a lot of jobs, and it is very freeway accessible. It is a one-stop shopping destination with so many places like the Valley Indoor Swap Meet, as well as a mall with a Walmart off of Van Nuys Boulevard. This is because, as previously mentioned, Panorama City was the first actual planned residential development in the whole valley. Yes, that's right. Thereafter, it was the valley's first and foremost shopping destination. Unfortunately, Panorama City had a local covenant where lots could not be bought by, and this is directly from the law, it could not be bought by, used, or occupied by anybody whose person or blood is not entirely that of the white or Caucasian race. It wasn't until 1968 that this was outlawed. By the time immigrants from Mexico in the 70s and 80s started really coming in, most of the original Caucasian residents had started to move to other places of the valley. Which is why today, Panorama City has a really obvious Hispanic culture. Which brings me to the Plaza de Valle Shopping Center, which has 100 small retail shops and restaurants. I love this place. If you haven't heard of it, it'll blow your mind. Like I said, it feels like you're in a South American country here. It's so difficult to find this urban element of walkability in the entire valley. Going north on the Van Nuys Boulevard is also the very popular Mexican restaurant Mariscos La Serenita. This is a centrally located and very diverse area. More than half of the population here was actually born abroad. With all that being said, there's still more shopping. I'm here at the Plant Shopping Center where there's a Home Depot, a Ross, an In-N-Out, and a Regency movie theater. It's actually named after the General Motors plant, hence the name. Overall, Panorama City is my favorite city in the East Valley. It's a self-contained area where you never really have to leave. If you like the East Valley and you like shopping, hey, I really recommend Panorama City. Come check it out. Let's go look at some homes.